My name is Victor Cha. I'm President of Geopolitics and Foreign Policy here at CSIS. And I'm here today to present some new research we have on the establishment of Chinese structures in the waters between South Korea and China. Some of you may be familiar with what has been known as China Gray Zone activities in the South China Sea, where they have established unilaterally different types of structures, initially civilian in nature, that were then dual-use purposed for military facilities, whether this was the dredging of new islands or the creation of airstrips, things of this nature. And the concern now is that China is embarking on similar sorts of activities off the waters of the Korean Peninsula. This is in particular in an area known as the PMZ, or Provisional Maritime Zone, between South Korea and China. So let me explain to you first what the PMZ is. This is a map that shows the EEZs, the exclusive economic zones of South Korea and China. The blue line represents South Korea's EEZ, the red line represents China's EEZ. EEZs are measured 200 nautical miles off the territorial baseline. As you can see, in this part of the world, the EEZs of China and South Korea overlap. This is the green area. That is the overlap between China and South Korea. In 2001, the Chinese and the South Koreans reached a bilateral agreement to establish a Provisional Maritime Zone, or PMZ, in this area. In this PMZ agreement, the two sides agreed that they would allow fishing in this particular area, but they would not allow the establishment of structures within this PMZ area. In spite of this, we have found through our imagery work that China has established 3 known structures inside the PMZ. 2 of these are aquacultural exploration cages. And this is one picture or an example of an aquacultural exploration cage. These are known as the Shenlan 1 and the Shenlan 2. But in addition to this, China has established a central integrated management platform for these aquacultural cages. And this is a satellite imagery picture of this. This is known as the Atlantic Amsterdam. It is a repurposed oil drilling rig in which you can clearly see a communication station, a helipad, lifeboats, a derrick and crane. So it's a substantial structure that stands 6 stories tall. And it is one that has caused a great bit of consternation between South Korea and China. The South Koreans have made numerous requests for the Chinese to locate these facilities outside the PMZ, which China has summarily rejected. And our longitudinal AIS data analysis shows that there have been numerous attempts by South Korea to survey these structures, and the Chinese have consistently blocked their ability to do this. So this is a representation that shows 2 efforts by the South Korean Coast Guard, this blue line, as well as another South Korean survey vessel that have tried to come and gather information, survey the Shenlan 1 and the Shenlan 2. And as you can see, this red line represents the Chinese Coast Guard, where they have come and blocked South Korea's ability to survey these vessels. China has also unilaterally declared no sail zones within the PMZ that has raised protests from South Korea. The dangers here with regard to this current situation are obvious. The structures today are largely for exploration and experimentation purposes with regard to aquaculture, but they may in the future have a dual-use purpose for establishing China's creeping jurisdictional presence in the Yellow Sea, just as China has done in the South China Sea, where what ostensibly started as weather stations later were turned into military facilities. We will be watching this situation very closely.